getting out of that last turn pretty neatly. And this time, not really any damage to the car, which I said just a bit too early. Hey everybody, I'm TreeBurgers, and welcome back to Wreckfest. In today's episode, we will be looking at a mod called the Whiplash Woods, which is a circuit mod. And the circuit mod here, first of all, looks incredible. But it's also a very, very tight circuit full of trees. And we are gonna race our Group B rally cars in this, more specifically the Opel Manta released in the latest DLC. It's gonna be chaotic. We're not supposed to, first of all, race on a circuit like this with our Group B rally cars. That's not how it works. That's not how history goes down. And second of all, there is trees all over the place on this map, and there is intersections all over the place as well. So I think we are in for some carnage. We're starting off on the 5th position here. We dropped a few positions there. We gained some at the beginning, but then dropped a bit again because my driving is terrible while I have to focus on talking as well. But just, oh, that was a good slam. Bit of damage to the brakes there after a bit of contact with that guy. You see those caustics? We gotta watch out for him. I think he's in it to hurt someone, it feels like. But so far, good control over the car. Not really tried out this circuit before. Oh, and we are off into the trees. Let's go for the reset. But so far, decent control over the cars, and we are going to have a collision here. Ooh, just barely made it through there. Swiftly approaching. Good handbrake work there. Swiftly approaching the long straight onto the finish line in just a second. We are sliding a bit with the car still here, but so far it seems like we are doing fine. No crossing traffic right there. Very good, and sneaking securely onto that 2nd position, which I have no idea why, since there are 2 cars in front of us, but someone messed something up, and I don't know who it is. It might even be me. Terrible turn in here to turn 1 and then on to turn 2. We gotta slam someone out in here. About time that we get some collisions going. No traffic again. I think it's a good time to try to take this guy out. Can we just push him out into the trees here? Ooh, Jason Grove being put out of the race, and you know what? Janska just getting a bit of a punt there as well because he deserved it, is what I'm trying to say. He didn't decide it, he deserved it. Did we lose a wheel from that? No, we did not. The car is still looking in absolutely grade A shape. I think the biggest goal of racing on this map is simply for us to survive. Because I feel like the odds are very slim of actually surviving 7 laps on this map. Still holding on to that 2nd place though. And as we go for the cross traffic there, we get a little bit of a collision. Front left wheel damaged. It's nothing but a scratch. We are still fine. And onto our right, if we just take a brief look there, we see the wrecked car of... I don't even know who that was. But he was not looking in a good shape. Neither is our car. Pretty much everything is red at this point, and the engine is burning. And we are struggling a lot with getting back up into speed here. Oh my god. At this point, I'm kind of just hoping for a collision so that we can just start this one over, because this one has to be written off as a loss. A bit of handbrake action into... Oh, I think we're going to write this one off as a loss for now. Well, as always, the side is set for a win here, so that is what we are going for. We got to claim those positions early on here, making it up to P9 and straight into P3 here with a dirty little punt there on the Exile. He'll be fine though. Eric Nash in front of us. Let's see if we can... Oh, he almost went straight for those trees. Luckily, that tree was not very sturdy, so we will chop that down rather than the car chopping, or the tree chopping our car in half. That's a good thing, and a huge hit by Polkinen in the back there. The Exile is sneaking back up into 3rd. Just gonna block those a bit here. Dirty driving, but it is what it is. I'm gonna excuse that with us being drunk and not really seeing the turn there. This is one of the scary places on the track because there are so many cross sections in a very little period of time here. I completely missed my turn there, and I think that was even an understatement to say that. Ooh, and a big collision. Luckily, that did not do any bad for us. Our engine is a bit damaged. Our brakes are not doing good. Our suspension is not doing good. All in all, the car is just not in a good shape already, and we haven't even made it through lap 1. We got to be careful at this point. Good turn there. Well, given that this concludes lap 1, almost... Oh, and a big crash in front of us. Janska just taking a bit of a hit there, and lots of engine damage again, and that pretty much killed our engine once more. Well, 3rd time's the charm. I feel like it's going to be 50th time is gonna be the charm in this one, because this track is absolutely horrendous with the amount of collisions that we can potentially get into. The Exile needs to get out of my way. Well, good, there we go. He gets a little bit of a spin. You love to see it, which secures us the 1st. We're not in 1st. The 3rd place here for the first time. I think we've been in 3rd at this point still. Dangerous driving there, but high risk, high reward. Eric Nash almost ate our front bumper there. I think we're going to go with just a little bit more safe approach this time. We're struggling a bit with the wheel spin at the moment. Decent turns here, traffic there, but nothing that will hit us. And also keep an eye on the track. This is actually a very challenging track. And into the handbrake turn here, we kind of pulled the handbrake just a bit too early, so we missed a bit of our time there. Didn't really gain anything from that. And now we're going to have to pick up some speed again, getting out of that last turn pretty neatly. And this time, not really any damage to the car, which I set just a bit too early. Gonna go for the slow approach to the start this time. A little less wheel spin from that, but Cowdisk is in front of us there and completely blocking an otherwise acceptable start to the race. Oh, and the Exile is getting pretty much in everyone's way, and that brings us to P1 straight out of the first turn there. That was beautiful. Now we just have to defend our position here, which is likely going to be a massive issue, but we'll see. We are slowly approaching the 270-degree turn up here again. Hopefully we can avoid any collisions here. I am just going to close my eyes and fully send it without any. That was a terrible idea, but I think we survived that somewhat all right. At least the wheels did not take any damage, and neither did the engine. The suspension is a bit hurt, but we'll survive. We'll survive. And as we're coming down to the straight here again, it looks like we will be duking traffic this time. Very nice. Then we just have to make it to the end here, which can be an issue just by itself when the suspension is damaged and the car just does not jump straight at all. Now we are the dude who has to... Oh, we just managed to make it out of there alive. That was genuinely scary. Well, we're holding on to that P1 pretty well at the moment here, and there is what looked like the first victim of this race, and we just lapped our first opponent as well there by 1 lap. I have no idea how that dude has still not managed to get into goal just once, or to the finish line, but he'll do him. And the straight looking pretty clear of any traffic for this round, so I think we'll be able to complete our second lap here without having to take too much damage. Now we gotta make sure that we can keep control of this car and on to the finish line, where a random car just decides to slowly reverse by. Looks like he's been taken out of the race, and there's a huge pileup coming up to us here with nothing but destroyed cars. I have no idea what happened here, but that is both scary and weird, and that guy is not looking too good either. Well, that's gonna be interesting. I want to see a replay of that. And slowly finishing out, that was very close, our third lap here. Little to no drama at the moment, and as I say that, I just create some drama of my own, I guess. We'll have to accept that, which did cause a bit of engine damage, but nothing too much, so I think we should be fine still. And coming up to the wreck here once again, and that gray car just claimed the life of another opponent. I'm unsure if I have any opponents left at this point, because most of them are parked here. Oh, and here is a crashed guy that is not down yet. I wonder if he's going to join us into the race again. Nope, he is apparently went on a sightseeing. He's having a lunch break here. Might want to just go out of the track if you want to sit there. And as we move into the last section of the track, there is another crashed car. A perfectly well pulled hand brake turn there, or not really, because we lost a lot of our speed, but it's fine since we are about 50 seconds ahead of the second place right now, because I think everyone except me was a part of that crash. And as we get ahead with lap 5, I see that now everyone but me and B3288 have actually crashed. So there are 2 people left out of 24. And as we are slowly moving into lap 6 here and approaching B3288, who also just DNF'd himself there by crashing into that other guy. I cannot believe that we just witnessed that. That leaves us with only me left on the track. And I think that pretty much concludes that. Having the Group B rally take place on a, first of all, course with intersections, and second of all, having a circuit track here is probably not ideal, and even less if you let out 24 rally cars at once onto it. So that rounds off the first race here, and I think we can just kind of finish it off with saying that good thing they didn't do that, because that would have been a rip for the Group B rally way earlier than it actually was, and I don't think anyone would have been without the experience of seeing that entire. But let's move on to the next race. Well, since we from the first race can conclude that the drivers of Wreckfest and this Group B rally are indeed very drunk and indeed not very keen on actually finishing the race, but rather just taking each other out. We're going to take it to smaller grounds where everyone can get their frustrations and dreams fulfilled, which is this small intersecting course of the Whiplash map. If you want to try this map for yourself, you can find it on the Steam workshop. Again, it's called Whiplash Woods. It should be easy to find if you just search for it. It's super fun and a super challenging map. Oh, and into the intersection we go with a huge crash. Did we just lose anything? No, we didn't lose anything. That's a good thing. We'll be all right back into P3 now because of that little crash. And here is Walrus as F, who's already a lap behind, I think. I don't know what he's doing, but he is gonna go. Oh, and a big side swipe there on us as well. That kind of did give us a little bit of a dent to our passenger side, which we don't need anyway, so I'm not gonna complain about that. And straight into the last turn here. Not really the most beautiful turn, but we did block G Wilkes, preventing him from getting ahead of us. And there we are back into P1. I have no idea when we took that because I am way too focused on my dudes here. Oh no, did get a spin out there and crossing here again, dodging all of that traffic. We do have 7 laps to go and pretty much everything is red at this point, so again we have to be careful as we get into the last 7 laps here. Ooh, and that was close. Can we just use this guy as side armor? Perfect. And into the woods you go, and straight into that tree with Boyce's. And as we make it through, can we just take out this guy? Maybe send him into a tree too? Nope, he did lose 1 wheel there. Yep, we are absolutely going to send this guy into a tree now. Oof, and there. Perfect takedown without having to hurt our car at all. And while we're moving up here, it looks like we're slowly hitting the scenario that we also got from the last race, where pretty much everyone is just out at this point. So winning is more about survival than it is about actually completing the race. But then who am I kidding? We are playing Wreckfest after all, so I don't think I should expect anything other than that. And that is a massive car pile up here, which we cannot juke. And it looks like that might be the end of us, but we're not the only one stuck here, so that's a good thing. And at this point, I see no movement on the track, so I think we're gonna have to restart this one. Oh, and starting off with suspension damage and engine damage, not really good, but I mean, I could have hit the brakes there, but why would you? Oh, and a dirty cut of the track there into P1 straight at the first lap. Beautiful driving. We are getting the hang of this now. Lots of speed on the car again. It's almost as if the car has been completely wrecked during those previous races. A little bit of contact with the trees there, but maybe that is actually going to save us from having to go through that traffic. That was a massive sideswipe, and there goes my door. Why would you do that? Oh, and also the suspension kind of took a big hit from that. Can we survive the traffic? Nope. Yep. But nope. Engine took a bit of damage there again. We're still holding acceptable speed here, so this can be... I cannot really turn. Well, I was gonna say that this could still be done, but I think after losing that... Yep. Nope. And as we progress here with a new race again, we are... Oh, that was a lot of traffic, which I think just gave us a bit of a helping hand there as we are moving into the second lap here and holding on to that P1 again. Will we survive this? Absolutely not. We will, and straight into that tree we go. And another hit there by Richard. Apparently he felt like we didn't get enough bang for the buck, so he decided that we just needed round 2, and there we go again. That was kind of rude. Did not know that Richard had a personal grudge for me, but I mean, after following up a hit like that with another hit, then he means serious business. Then Gunther just making sure that we are absolutely not gonna win this race at all. We are down to 9th, and I cannot get out of this. This is absolutely horrendous as we smash it into SSTO there, and we lost. Well, the carnage on that track was pretty severe, so I'm wondering what happens if we cut the track down to another half, and this time we are simply on the shortest oval I have ever seen in my entire life. And there's a massive crash into turn 1 as we're already, and hitting Lalane here just a bit. Hopefully he's not going to retaliate. Great turn into the finish line here though, and that rounds off. He brought a souvenir there for the race, which is also fine. But straight into lap 2, looking at P4 at the moment. And a small crash here over the finish line, meaning that we can now just slide into crazy jump and claim that P2. And a huge pile up in front of us here. We are gonna just pull the brakes there. We don't want to slam into that. And crazy jump ahead of us again, but we are going to get him stopped there and send him straight into the trees. And that puts us into P1. I don't know how, but apparently we pulled ahead of Alex Storm as well. And a massive pile up here into the last turn. And there's Lalane again. He seems to be our nemesis here that we can't really get out of. Hopefully we can send him into the trees and take him out of this race so we don't have to stare at him anymore and watch him harass our P1 from all the way down. We are not even racing for the same position right now, dude. We should be helping each other. What happened? Oh, and a DNF car right in front of us there. Make sure to give us some proper damage on that right front tire. The pileup is just growing bigger and bigger by the lap. In the last turn here, we're going to have to simply slam on the brakes and just put it into reverse for a bit as we try to get by all of this. Luckily, we are still keeping that P1. Steven, let's help each other out here. Oh, and there goes my door. Nope, that was not my door. I still have my doors. And we gotta look out for the big crash down here again. Lombax, I am so sorry for taking you out there. And Alex Storm in front of us fighting with that guy, and we are now one lap at and out of nowhere comes a random car. I do not know what the guy was doing there, but he felt like if I'm not gonna win this race, well then neither are you. Oh god, sorry about that, Steven. Did we lose? Nope, we still got the wheels. As long as we got our wheels, then I am confident that we are able to finish and win this race. We're down to just 3 people left in the race once again, so GP Fold and Reaver is left, but the rest of them are nowhere to be found. Oh god. As we approach the final lap here, I feel like the Mazda 787B, as it was banned from the 24 hours of Le Mans for not being able to... Oh god, and I said that too early, because I was about to claim that our car was pretty much invincible at this point, but... Or is it? We are still holding on. We are having 3 wheels and a dream here. We just gotta make it around the last corner, and this is top 10 emotional moments in Wreckfest for you right there as we sneak over the finish line and grab that P1. Well, before we end this video, I downloaded an absolute bunch of mods, and this pitfall, I'm very interested in seeing what that is all about, so we're just gonna give that a try. We're still in the same cars. The road is a bit bumpy, and there is a massive pillar. Is anyone gonna drive me up? There is absolutely some dude gonna drive straight into it. There is actually pillars all over the place here, which is kind of scary. Huge ground for racing though, and we're just gonna go for the jump here. I see a lot of stuff down there, so I'm assuming that going down there is not the greatest of ideas, which is why we are gonna do it. I just really want to claim somebody to go down there with me. I don't know if this Drea guy can sense it already, but he has become my victim that is gonna go down with me down there, whether he wants it or not. It's just simply not up to him to decide. Oh, and we almost hit that pillar, which actually means that we are gonna send it down here, even though we didn't really want to just yet. And we are gonna get absolutely smacked by those, and we are wrecked. Well, wouldn't it be funny if we could just cause a massive crash here straight from the beginning and just pull an absolute bunch of people down there with us? Turn. I know you want to. Oh, there goes one. There goes another one. Wait, where did they go? Oh, they're down. Oh! That was a big hit already. And we are not wrecked. Well, that's a good thing. What about the other guys down here? He is not looking too good, and I don't know where the other guy went. I also have no idea how we're still driving with this, but the engine seems to be fine. And what's even better is that we are not even in the last position, so it does seem like the car is struggling a little bit. Well, even more now with that hit. I'm kind of just asking for it at this point, aren't I? And that concludes our race. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, stay safe, guys. Bye-bye.